We're near Brisbane, and I don't particularly want to go into the harbor. So I'm just going to go ahead and rearm and refuel. And bada bing. There we go. Everything's fixed. Excellent. So let's begin patrol 4.5. And to start, we're going to go through the Coral Sea. I think I'm going to probably avoid a lot of the historical things from now on. Historical things. Those things that happen in history, you know, with the shooting and the whatnot. And I'm going to focus really more on the meat and potatoes of Silent Hunter, which is sailing around, trying not to die, and trying to kill at the same time. So that's exactly what I'm going to do from here on out. Unless there is a very, very strong statement made by somebody that is very convincing and is double-spaced and is submitted on my desk within 3 days saying otherwise, I think I will just proceed with playing the game as normal, not getting into these historical things. Because as much fun as they are, it is kind of ridiculous that we suddenly are assigned to this grid and it's like, oh shit, wait a minute, let's for no reason go up to the Coral Sea and then after that to Midway because it is a mystery. So yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid that going forward, unless it is again like a really cool battle that I really need to participate in. I'm thinking maybe like some of the stuff in the Philippines. That kind of stuff might be of interest because that's a pretty serious naval engagement. But other than that, I think I'm gonna keep it, you know, kind of mellow on the historical crap. So there you go. In short, I hate history. And I love sinking things with torpedoes. Maybe that will continue. We'll see. So we're going to leave old Brizzy here, which is what Wikipedia tells me that Australians call Brisbane. And I'm going to get out of here before they beat me up for mocking them. So there we go. We're on our way, starting patrol 4.5 to this place for some reason. We are now in the Arafura Sea here after a relatively brief cruise from Brisbane. And the reason it was brief is because I was using the psycho crazy time compression that took us at, what was it, 4096, I think? You don't want to use that too much though, because you'll miss out on ships and planes and seagulls and stuff like that. I don't know. The way that the game kind of, I guess, instances contacts is such that if you increase the time compression, it's less and less likely that you'll run into those contacts. So it's always a good idea to try and stick around 256. Possibly 512 works okay in this game, but I think that this game does suffer from the same deficiency of Silent Hunter 3 in that if you go to like 1024, you're going to miss stuff. And if I were to go to 4096, I would possibly miss several contacts on the way to my grid here. So I'm going to stay at 256, and, you know, it may be kind of boring, especially because this is right by Australia, but, you know, I've got a sandwich here, and I've got a beer, and I've got a good book, well, an okay book, and, you know, I'm going to kick back and enjoy myself on this little cruise. And you might say to yourself, well, that's not really playing a video game then, if you're sitting in your computer chair and eating a sandwich and reading a book. And to you I say, you're probably right, but it's a good sandwich, and I'm going to have a good time all the same. And I'm going to multitask, and that is so, you know, that's so modern of me to do that. That's so 2010s of me. 2010s, whatever. Oh boy, I am now rambling. So there we go. I'm going to just cruise along at 256, and I'm going to be moving at a head standard. So I'll let you guys know if we run into anything. Hopefully we will. Reconsidering my thoughts about the whole, you know, seeing stuff thing. Got hissing too. That's really obnoxious. It's gone now, of course, but... Bearing 5-6, you say? Oh, there is something very distant on the horizon there. I'm not really sure what it is. It just looks like a blob. Should I stay and find out? Well, we'll at least dive.
Yes, sir. Ahead slow. Periscope down. Chief,
There's the hissing. Ow! Ow! Okay, you know what? Oh, the lights just flickered in here. That's a little bit... Yeah, okay, we're good. Mildly unsettling there. We're gonna kill the sound for a second.
long range.
Okay. So then, no hissing.
Ship spotted.
Alright. I'm kind of able to make out some kind of mast there. I really doubt that this is anything big. Hope you can't see our wake. Yeah, I'm thinking that that's a destroyer at the very best, but let's take a look at the ID guide here. We should actually go the other way. That would be interesting, but that structure doesn't look right. I bet it's a sub-chaser. Something like that. Or that. Or that. Looks pretty good to me, too. I don't know. Doesn't really matter. Let's go and take a look with the camera, actually. Because I don't think he's going to hear us. Especially because we killed the sound! Ha! Brilliant tactic. Tick, tick, tick. Where was he? 45 degrees. So let's see. We are there. And my crew is submersible. That is amazing. It is kind of a silly bug, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Escort. I think it's an escort type ship, but we'll find out. If anybody cares. Keeps swerving around just because it wasn't too positive on the bearing, actually, because he could have moved. Oh, there's two! Well, that's marvelous. And they are actually more steep than 45. So let's go this way. Just for a moment, yeah, there's smoke there. And like I said, they are fairly small, so we're going to let them sail by. Yeah, that's a good old-fashioned sub-chaser, and I believe that he's going to have another one with him. Yep. Okay, we're going to let them pass by. They do have depth charge racks, don't they? No, they don't. Oh, yeah, they do. Okay. Well, we're not going to tangle with them. We're not going to get any meaningful tonnage out of them if we do try to engage them, so we're just going to go right on by and continue on course. We're now getting some Fox traffic saying that Guadalcanal has fallen to the Japanese. Major Japanese naval activity remains in area, and it probably actually will remain in the area for several months. I'm thinking that after this grid, we're probably going to end up spending a lot of time in the Solomons here. Just because most of the fighting in here is pretty much done. I think we're mostly going here to intercept shipping and things like that, but the Solomons are going to get real hot. There's going to be an invasion by the Marines, I think. I don't remember exactly when it was, actually, but they will be coming back. So there will be a lot of fighting in there, and I think that that's really the hot spot of the Pacific for the next several months. So that is where we can probably expect to be deployed. But we're still here. We are not too far from where we were, mingling a little bit with the two sub-chasers. So we're going to keep going. We have some kind of merchant contact off to the northwest of us. So I think I'm going to lay in a course. Might even lay in a bed. He's pretty far away. Alright, so we're going to steer to the north, and he appears to be heading east. Alright, so let's go on the surface and also adjust a little bit. Go around this little reef or whatever it is. charge into battle. Go onto the bridge because that shit is miserable. Ooh, shiny. It's like the water is dancing before my eyes. Anywho. Yeah, let's go ahead and speed things up a little. That hissing, I wish I could fix it, but it just is being really recalcitrant. Sometimes when I load the game after, you know, opening the game back up again, it'll go away after a little while, but it eventually comes back. I'm gonna do a little dive. Oh. Do I have my scope up? It's weird. Okay. What? Alright, well that's interesting. Let's go ahead and take a look on our scope. The water was a little bit rough earlier. It looked like it smoothed out, though. We got these kind of ghostly wisps on there. It's kind of strange. So 279 was what we just got reported to us. I'll just take a listen for myself. It's really more like 275. I can't see anything, though. That could be because it is a small ship. So let's go on the surface. Let's maintain our orders here. It's heading just slightly south of due east. Ah, there we go. Very, very, very faint silhouette of something right there, and it will probably get rendered out when I make the video here. Doesn't look like it's that small of a ship, though. Oh God, hissing! My God. I'm thinking about putting us under here. These are really favorable conditions for us to make an attack.
Yes, sir.
So we're just gonna see if we can let him get a little bit closer. We're at a good, solid stop. You know what won't stop is the hissing. Have I mentioned that? Christ almighty. Okay, there we go. Looks pretty good. No idea what that is. Yeah, we're just gonna let it get a little bit closer. And even put our scope down just to be extra sneaky. Excuse me. I had a moment there. I don't know what that was. Okay. Scopity uppity. Fascinating. Okay. I'm going to back up a little.
Yes, sir.
So that we're facing almost exact, well, something like this. I want to be on that bearing. Looks like some kind of split construction. It's very nicely painted white so that we can tell what it is. Nope. It's kind of actually a little bit composite too, because this is all one structure. Okay. That helps. Not a tanker. As wonderful as that would be. Not a tanker. Is it a big modern Hansa freighter? What? Well, that's fabulous. That's not good. Son of a bitch. Okay, well that's going to make this a little interesting, but we'll still probably be able to ID it based on the masts.
Yes, sir.
I think that might be it, actually, too. See, now this is one from the original game, but it's got this platform in the back, lifeboats there. Funnel there, or a smoke thingy. I'm really, really good with the naval terminology, you guys. I think we've established this. I'm pretty sure this is it, but let's lock it in for the time being. Not a catapult ship, that would be kind of cool. But no, don't think so. I'm really looking for this front crane here. Now I think we're getting into ships that are possibly too small, but let's look at this one. No. The cabin is too small on that one as it is on that one. Is it that? No. I think we've got it. I think we've already got it locked in. So let's go back to it. Back. There. Make sure that that's in there. It is. We're pretty much at a stop, so that's good. We've got some really great conditions for finding a solution here. It's getting close. I'm going to say that he is about... Without the benefit of that 3/4 profile card, I'm not really too sure about this. That's just a guess right there. Let's give him another couple of seconds here. We could try using a magnetic pistol, which would be hilarious. Yeah, why not? Why don't we go for it? Okay. Speed 9 knots is reasonable. His draft is 8.6. Alright, so we're gonna try this. And we already, actually, by default, we're using, there. We're already using magnetic pistols, it looks like. So we're gonna give this a try. We'll fire one as a magnetic and see how it goes. The other is a contact. And I might notch the speed down to 8, because that's, generally speaking, how fast every single ship like this goes in Silent Hunter. And if worse comes to worse, we possibly will be able to shoot at him with the deck gun. I do not see any... There might be some guns... No, I'm not seeing them. Okay. I feel pretty good about that attack. Now let's just get out of the frickin' sub so that we can... Oh, we've got our radar up too. So this is our magnetic. And that's looking pretty sharp. Really good conditions for finding a torpedo solution, though I can't really take too much credit for that. Here we go. Is he gonna bounce off the bottom? Ooh, that was pretty good. What? I've never heard the clapping before. Oh, and that's gonna be too slow. Shoot. That's a little bit of a shame, but he seems to have possibly slowed down. Let's look at him on the scope. I'm not going to put another eel in him, I don't think. That was not that great of a hit, to be totally honest. But magnetics on the Type 14 or Mark 14s were not reliable at all. I'm really surprised that even went off. Again, you know, these Mark 14s that we have are ahistorically good. And I did double check. Dud torpedoes are on. They're on, and we should be getting duds, and we're not. So I don't know. But anyways, we hit with one of two, and I'm just going to keep my eye on him for a few seconds here. It does look like he's starting to take on water by the stern. That doesn't mean we can't help him out.
Yes, sir.
Because he doesn't appear to be armed. And what better way to help him out than to make a whole lot of noise and to shoot at him with a gun? We're on the surface now. We got a deck gun crew ready? We do, and we're using armor-piercing rounds. Yeah, he is looking poorly. Let's use explosives, because boom. Okie-dokie. Let's load it up, guys. Actually, who's on our deck gun crew? Whoops. Hope that didn't fuck up the recording. We don't have anybody on the crew. Let's put people on the crew. Relonian. Oh, we only have 2 slots. Well, I'm closing my eyes, and we're closest to Hensa. Okay. And that. Where's my? Oh, let's try that again. And fuck. Zene. All right. Interesting selection there, but it'll work. Yeah, that thing looks like shit, actually. Let's make him look even shittier. Let's coat him in shit. He actually looks like he might have stopped. We're not even moving.
Yes, sir.
Not a good policy. Fire, fire, fuck, come on. Oh yeah, it's a dead angle. We'll have to turn a little bit.
Hard to port. Yes, sir.
Here we go. I want to hit him under the engine. Whoa, hello. Jeez. Everyone's awake now. Okay.
Yes, sir. Rudder.
God.
Yes, sir.
There we go. That's what we were looking for. Good grief.
Yes, sir. All stop.
See if we can have that happen again. Probably can't. Let's shoot the bow a little bit. I think he's gonna sink soon. That shot didn't look like it did a whole lot with the torpedo, but you have to remember that if you hit a ship from underneath, you're basically more of the force of the explosion is going into the actual ship. Oh, right on. Cool. Handled. Dealt with. That is 5,000 tons? 5,800. Excellent. And it's on fire. NBA Jam style. You have dunked too many times, sir, and now you're about to take one more dunk into the deep, deep ocean. Ha 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 ha. Alright. Well, I'm okay with how that went down. I think that the second torpedo might have been a mistake. Well, obviously because it missed, but not too sad about the result here. All right, so we're and the hissing resumes. We're actually getting somewhat close to our grid. So, oh, well, head standard's fine actually. Let's make sure we don't run into it. Oh, that's the back. Okay. He must have already run aground. Okay. So we're getting closer to our grid, and we should be there in a few hours. And how many hours, actually? Let's look. Oh. Better part of a day. Okay. And we'll be getting there soon and moping around and seeing if we can't recreate that wonderfulness there. So I'll be back again should we run into another ship, or I'll just let you know if we arrive.